Hi friends, it's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and welcome to my Friday Facebook Live. I'm so happy you're here. Wondering what you're all doing out there. Are you still in the stay-at-home orders, or have you started going out? We here in Southern California are still under the stay-at-home orders. And so we've been doing a lot of stamping, and today I have Ellie with me. It's been quite exciting around here because a couple reasons. Hey, from Virginia, Danette, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Hi, Christy. So it's been very exciting. Stampin' Up! Has come out with a brand new annual catalog. Every year we get the new annual catalog, and that is so exciting because we have new products, new colors, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But I mail out to my own customers who have ordered from me in the past 6 months. They get a catalog from me with some little goodies inside. And so I had so many that I put them in a big box out front, and the post office comes to pick them up. Well, the post office had not come, and they just came 5 minutes ago. And so Ellie was just super excited, and she's still looking around to find where is that lady, because I just put them down on my outside porch, and when the regular lady comes, the postal lady, she picks them up. So they're gone. If you're one of my customers, they're out, they're on their way, priority 2-day overnight. So, or 2-night overnight. So you'll be getting your catalogs early next week for sure. And if you are not my customer and you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, but you plan to order, private message me through Facebook, and I'll get your information and get a catalog to you, and you'll really want to see these catalogs. So another thing I wanted to let you know is that I'm going to check on my computer here just to make sure everything's okay. I've been putting some, hey Sue, I've been putting some sneak peeks on my blog, so PrettyPaperCards.com. I hope you're popping over there every day or two and sign up to get my blog post, because I've put, I think, already 3 or 4 great sneak peeks of items, hey Christy, that we're going to be selling from the new, hey Kay, thank you so much for sharing, from the new catalog, and I want you to see those. Now don't forget though, we still have 2 more weeks of retiring items until June 2nd. So 2 more weeks for the things that are retiring, and they're really going fast. So pop onto my store. There's a link right above this video. Let me check. Yes, there's a link right above this video to my store, and that way you can pop over there and see what's retiring and make sure, see if there's something you want to get before it's actually gone, because they don't come back after they're gone. So speaking of sharing this video, Kay is so good to share, and she won a couple weeks ago, and I wanted to let you know that the prizes for last week, we had actually 5 people who shared, and I thank you so much. And the prizes were 2 packs. I had two prizes to give away. Each person is going to get a pack of the gingham 6x6 paper, which was retired a time or 2 ago. And the winners are Miss Robbie Raher, who lives here in Escondido, and Patricia Allison, and I have both of their addresses, so theirs will be going out, their prizes. And so if you share today's video, and you'll have all the way up until next week to share when I look the night before, so Thursday night, you can share and post shared in the comments. And what I'm giving away this week are 2 bolts of ribbon. One is the jute ribbon, that's 5 yards. One person will get a bolt of 5 yards of jute ribbon, and another person will get this real red ruched ribbon. And these were both retired last time. or I think the jute might just now be retiring, and this has 10 yards on it. So be sure to share. I love when you share, and I really appreciate it when you share. So also, I wanted to bring attention to my May host code. A host code is something that you put in when you order. There's a place right under your name to put in the host code. And I really appreciate it when you place an order between $50 and $150. Put that host code in when you place your order, and you receive the gift of the month from me, a special gift. Now, it's usually not as nice as this one is. Usually it's sequins or little things like that. This month, for every person that orders, I don't know if you can see it real close, that uses the host code, my May host code, it's new every month, you're going to get an Ornate Floral Embossing Folder, and we're going to use this on our project today. So the host code also is right up above the video. You can see it in my notes there, and you put that in when you place your order. And I hope to give away a lot of these as my free gift. I mail it out after the first of the next month. So right after June 1st, those people who have used the host code in my online store will get this neat folder. Okay, it's time to get started. So I'm going to put Ellie down and let her have a little rest from the post lady and everything. And I'm going to do the turn down thing. So I'm going to ask you, hey Linda, to just be patient. I'm going to put my finger on. Okay, so we're going to put this down and see if I can get everything right in focus for you here. Let me take a look. And I need to do a couple of little things so that you can see and everything's not backwards. Let's see how that looks for you. Is that right side up? I think so. Okay, it looks like we're good. So here is the new catalog. Maybe we're upside down. Are we upside down? Oh, we are. Okay, let me try it again. I want you to know that this thing is it's difficult while thinking to do. And I'm always thinking about arts and crafts. And so I think we've got ourselves right side up now. And backwards. Let's try that again. Okay, now tell me what you think. Let me know in your comments how it's looking. It's still backwards. Oh, goodness sakes. Now I'm making it worse, aren't I? Truthfully, I even prayed about this because I want it to be right for you. And I do have some great cards to show you. And this catalog is beautiful. I want you to know. Hey, Caroline. I don't think we're doing any better. Oh my gosh. You know, the problem is that when I see it on the screen, it's a delay. So I'm just going to get started and I'm going to fix it as we go along. So here is the new catalog. It's beautiful. I can't show you the inside. Okay, I think we're good. Yay. It is gorgeous. And today I want to focus with you on the new in colors, because you know every 2 years, every year we get new in colors and they last for a year, 2 years. So we're constantly having them turn around. So today I want to talk about the new in colors and we're going to use them on our cards that we're making. So I'm going to set my catalog off to the side, and here are the new in colors. We've talked about them before. Misty Moonlight, Just Jade, Cinnamon Cider, and there's the host code for you. Bumblebee and Magenta Madness. Aren't those gorgeous colors? And truthfully, they all go together so well. And I'm going to show you how they go together today. Now, that is the cardstock, the plain colored cardstock. What I want to show you also is the Designer Series paper. The Designer Series paper is 6x6 papers that come in the new in colors. And you get I don't know, I don't even know how many pieces, maybe 8 pieces of each new in color. I don't have that information right handy, but you have 4 different patterns for each new in color. So each in color has the dots and a texture look and some writing and a wood look. So 1 pack of designer series paper, 6 by 6, and where is my beautiful Magenta Madness? There it is. My favorite color so far is the beautiful pink Magenta Madness. So this is the designer series paper, and I thought today that we would use these. Oh, good. Thank you, Danette. Everything looks good. Thank you also, Carol Ann. So we're going to use these colors and designer series papers to create a couple of cards, and I have a masculine card and a feminine card to show you. Here's the masculine one, and this uses, as you can see, the different designer series papers, and this is a plain piece of cardstock, designer series paper and cardstock. And look at what you can make with just those things. I really like that one, and we'll talk about it a little bit more. But this is the one we're going to make today. We're even going to spiff this up a little bit, do it a little bit different. Of course, I would like the feminine one. And for this one, I had to use my Magenta Madness, and this is the Bumblebee color. And so I've combined these two to make this card, and we're going to do this card, but we're also going to do a few little other things with it today. And I've got all the measurements for you for both of these cards. I'm going to put them down under. Give me a couple hours to do that, down under the video. And then also, you may have noticed that I post this Facebook Live every Monday on my blog, and I give more details and more photos. So if you ever forget something or didn't get enough detail, check on my blog, prettypapercards.com, on Monday morning, and you'll see this. So let's get started with our card for today. Now, you may have noticed that I was using the Ornate Garden Suite for the cards today. The reason I wanted to use this is it's from the brand new catalog, and it was an early release. You might have noticed that it was an early release, which means this is a product that was just released for May to customers so that you could get it early, because we knew you were super excited and wanted to have you get something, be able to get something from the new catalog. So there are actually 2 stamp sets, 2 die sets, and the embossing folder, so many other things. But today I'm going to use the Ornate Thanks stamp set and the Ornate Border Dies. And the only thing I'm using from the die set today is this one. On the card we're going to make is this one die, and it's really it's a pretty scallopy, flowery edging, but there's still all of this that I haven't even gotten to yet. So let's get started. Here are all the pieces that we're going to be using. Let me just see here. Okay, here we go. There's our embossing folder. So we're going to put this together. And the first piece we're going to use is the Magenta Madness piece of the designer series paper that has the little circles on it, kind of large, a little bit geometric polka dots. And we're going to glue this right directly onto our card base. And you know the card base is what we start with. And today, most of the time, I use a Whisper White card base. It's 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And I'm just going to glue that on right there. And that is going to be our first piece. This is kind of a layering card. We're adding a lot of layers. So if you wondered what a layering card was, this is one. Now we're going to put on our Bumblebee designer series paper with the writing. And I've looked at it, and I think it's our Stampin' Up statement of the heart in different languages, to love what we do and share what we love, and in that we make a difference. I hope I've remembered it right, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And this piece is cut 1/2 inch shorter than the first one. So the first piece, I've got my measurements here. the first piece, the Magenta Madness, was 4 inches by 5 1/4. The Bumblebee piece is 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. Okay, now the next thing we're going to put on is a Whisper White piece that was cut to 3 1/2 by 2 3/4, and I've run it through the Ornate Floral Embossing Folder that I'm giving away if you use my host code this month. If you order more than 150, you don't have to use the host code. You will get the folder anyway. So look at how pretty that is. I'm going to hold it up right next to the camera, and hopefully you can see how beautiful that embosses with lots of flowers. And this is what we're going to use to put in the center here. Now first, I'm going to attach my border that I already die cut. And to do that, I'm going to use a silicone mat. I think it's called a silicone craft sheet, because I'm going to use don't want the glue to get all over the place. And as you can see, I've made the die cut the same length as the die was, but I want it to be a little bit shorter. I think what I might do is cut it a little extra, and I'll go back and trim closer once I do the glue. So to adhere this, I want to make sure you can see it. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right along here and up in there. And then I'm just going to set my, I'm just going to set my embossed piece right on there. And truthfully, I don't like those 2 little dots there. I'm going to put it a little back of that, just like that, and press it down. And I do like having the freedom to move my piece wherever I want it on the border, so I wanted to get those little loops as best I could. So now I'm going to cut off the little edges. I need to get it back in the camera, don't I? I'm thinking this looks odd, but I'm going to try to do it this way so that you can see. I want to get it real close to that edge. Okay. And then this one, I'm going to trim up real close to that edge also. Okay. And we've put our border on. Isn't it just cute and sweet? I really like it. And of course I love pink, and I love pink and white. So now it's time to put our embossed piece on right in the middle, centering it kind of in the middle. And I think I'm going to put this on with Stampin' Dimensionals to raise it up just a little bit. That's never a bad idea when working with a card, right? Make sure I'm up in the camera for you. Get our little dimensionals on. I'm going to put a dimensional right up under that, the border also, to help it be really balanced when we place it on our card front. Okay, here we go. Are you with me? Do you like these colors? Let me know if you like the colors, what you think of them. I'd love to have you comment with your favorite color. Tell me. So here we're going to put our piece right on there, our embossed piece. And that is done. Now the only thing we need to do is make our sentiment. So I'm going to do something a little bit different. This is, let me just check my notes. It's the Everyday Label Punch, I'm pretty sure. Yes, the Everyday Label Punch. And I'm going to use that to punch out our sentiment today. That's the different thing I'm going to do. And our stamp, I'm going to use that same thanks stamp from the set, the Ornate Garden set, and I'm going to stamp in Early Espresso ink. So I'm going to get my ink out now. Because this is a photopolymer set stamp, the thing is we want to give a little more cushion because there's not really any cushion there, and you get a much better impression with your stamp when you use a cushion. So I'm using the mat from my, I'm using a mat, the mat from my Stamparatus. I wanted to try to remember the exact name of the mat, but I can't. So it's the Stamparatus mat. It comes with the Stamparatus, and it's just a thin piece of foam, and it helps your stamp to come out with a better impression. So I'm just going to stamp my thanks on there in Early Espresso and see how it came out with a real pretty impression. There's a little extra ink there, but because we're going to punch it out, we won't even notice that. So let's get our everyday label punch, and we're going to center our sentiment. And I love that this is so easy to center because you have a little half circle there and a little half circle on the other side, and you can put the thanks right up close to that. Can you see that? And hopefully it'll come out even. Okay, I think it did. Great. Now we don't need our pad anymore, so we can set that to the side. And now what I'm going to do, and you've seen me do this before, I'm going to also punch the Designer Series paper with the same everyday label punch. You love this suite and the colors. Yes. And Carol Ann, I'm looking at the notes. You love Misty Moonlight. I don't blame you. That's another beautiful one. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this in half. Isn't that odd? But I want to add a little border to my thanks. And I want to do this. So that is what I'm doing. You just cut the second piece in half, and then you glue it onto the back of your sentiment piece. And I like to set my backing down and then put the sentiment on so I can get it just the way I want it. And I like to have a little bit of all the edges showing. So let's see if we can do that. Okay, I think that's, let's see. The nice thing about the glue is that you can move it around a little bit. But I think that's pretty good. And then let's get this piece on. And this is going to pretty much finish up our card. It's really not hard. And with just the beautiful new colors of cardstock and Designer Series paper, we have made a beautiful card. It doesn't take a lot. These products from Stampin' Up! Are so nice. And this year's colors are particularly nice. Okay, isn't that cute? I thought that was just a little different way of having our sentiment. Just wanted to show you a couple of variations. Now we're going to use our Stampin' Dimensionals on this and pop this up also on our card. And then I'll show you our bling. We're going to put a little bit of bling on there. Be sure to let me know your favorite colors. I've only gotten one so far that I can see in the comments. What do the rest of you think? Who likes Magenta Madness with me? There's our sentiment. Now, let's put on some, these are the 2020-2022 in color enamel dots. And we're going to put a few around just for bling. I love bling. I mean, who doesn't? Most of us girls like bling. I think I'll put one right up there. And then we can just put a few wherever we want. That's the nice thing. You get to choose. There's a lot of things in life we don't get to choose. But as far as our bling on our cards, we get to choose. I love it. Okay. Here's one more. I don't know. I think I'll just put it right up here. Okay, and there's our beautiful card. What do you think? This is the alternate that I made that's a little more geometric. I actually think I like this one a little better. But it gives you the two options, a couple of different ideas. And then where was our masculine card? And here's our masculine card. Now I'll have all these measurements for you if you want, because you could actually use any Designer Series paper and any sentiment and any cardstock to create these cards. But of course I wanted to feature the gorgeous, now I've got a little glue there. I don't want it to ruin my cards, so I'll put that on there. Okay. So there we have our three cards. Now I wanted to ask you, since you're still here, hi Linda, thank you. I wanted to ask you, since you're still here, and I'm going to put this on my Facebook page also, but I wanted to ask you if this is a good time for you to watch my Facebook Live. I would love to do the Facebook Live, hey Robin, when it's convenient for you. And I know some people have said that Friday afternoon is not the best, and it's early evening for back east, I know that. So if you would let me know if you prefer a different day of the week, is there a different day of the week that's better for you? And if you, I personally don't really like doing it in mornings because I need time to get ready to show you these things. But say early afternoon, late afternoon, which is what this is, or early evening, let me know, because I would like this to be really available to you, and I'd like it to work for your schedules. I know I'm probably asking something I'm going to get lots and lots of response of every different day there is, but maybe if something stands out and like everybody prefers another day or a majority do, I would be willing to change, because my goal is that you get to see Stampin' Up! Products, you get to learn more about how to put cards together, and that you just have a little fun. A little bit of fun in your day, in our continuing quarantining days, most of us. So thank you so much for stopping by. Again, please share, because I have these bolts of ribbon for 2 people next week. If you share this on, share it anyway that you can. Post it to another Facebook page, your own Facebook, a Facebook group that you're in. Send it to someone by texting, or whatever way you can share. If you share this Facebook Live, write down shared, and I will send you one of these next week. If there only one person shares, you'll get both of them. If 2 people share, each will get one, and if more than 2 people share, I will do a drawing like I did this week. So thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a great weekend, and let's see if I can get this turned off right. You know I always have trouble. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.